Well, hello everybody and welcome to Japan. We are in Yokohama for the B.LEAGUE finals. Yokohama Arena, Yokohama, Kanagawa. It is Nagasaki Velka taking on RYUKYU Golden Kings. Well, I'm Jeff Taylor and bringing you the action. Looking at the B.LEAGUE championship this season, how these teams have gotten this far. And you can see Nagasaki Velka had a great start all season. They got to the playoffs and just did not skip a beat. And you look also at RYUKYU Golden Kings mowing through the competition to make it this far. I'm joined by Anthony Sante. And Anthony, watching this B.LEAGUE championship, you know, for my money, this has been maybe the most competitive season of all time in Japan. And this Nagasaki Velka team has been a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, definitely. Modimor has been able to put together a good squad, and they were number one actually after the eliminations, finishing with a 47-13 card. And when you look at the Golden Kings, on the other hand, they finished 6th in the record with 42 victories against 18 defeats. But Modi has done a terrific job, and they've actually taken the league by storm here this season. I totally agree with you.
Well, we saw that talented lineup for the Velka, and let's look at this RYUKYU Golden Kings team. Vic Law, just so much depends on him. He was a real tone setter in their playoff games. But how about Ryuichi Kishimoto? He is just one of the most explosive and dependable guards in the championship.
I agree with you. In fact, he was one of the main reasons why the Golden Kings fell short last year. Nothing against Hiroshima, but Hiroshima might have been really challenged a little bit more if Kishimoto was on the floor. But he was really, for practically the entire playoffs last year, he was on sick bay. He was injured, but now he's healthy. And so, as far as Coach Dayo Kutan is concerned, he has a complete lineup that he has facing Nagasaki here today.
Well, so many positive vibes around both of these teams. Dayo Kutan, of course, the Japan national team coach as well, taking over from Tom Hovass, and that certainly is a great honor for him, and a lot expected. Takaki Kato, Daigo Urashima, and Takashi Hirade, the 3 referees, and we see Takaki Kato so many times as well in international competition. So they bring out the best for this series. But it's all about the players and it's all about the fans, and we'll just let you enjoy some of the sights and sounds here. Law, Ryuichi Kishimoto, Yoshiyuki Matsuwaki, the great three-point shooter, Jack Cooley, and Alex Kirk providing a powerful front line for this Ryukyu Golden Kings team.
Oh, quite definitely. In fact, that's really the starting lineup he usually goes to. Law has been there, done that. And as you can see, Coach Dayo Kitani always sticking with the familiar, always sticking with that crew that gave him so many championships, and at the same time, also gave him so many victories. Actually, if you look at the Ryukyu Golden Kings, this is the most consistent squad in the B-League in the last couple of years, dating back all the way to 2021 to 2022.
They did meet twice, Nagasaki, during the season. They split the 2 games. Velka, a relatively new team, was founded several years ago, and it's been a rapid rise to the top. And all the great play that you see on the court from these 2 teams, Nagasaki, Velka, a lot of that provided by Kyung-Jung Lee, the Korean international superstar Terrell Brantley, Ko Kumagai, Yudai Baba, everybody knows him, Japan national team star, and Akira Mitchell. And rest assured, Anthony, you know, at this level, you need to be deep. So, you know, in many cases, it's not who starts, it's who finishes. But we will see numerous characters coming out. See Modi Mayor building a hard, aggressive, and speedy team. And they have definitely got that. They've accomplished that job. He also added, interestingly, as they surround that trophy, and you can see what they're thinking about. They also added former Shimane Susumu Magic coach Paul Hanari to his coaching staff. Paul Hanari, the former New Zealand international. Of course, they met when Modi Mayor was coaching in New Zealand. And really, it's symbolic as well of the international flavor of the B-League. You see so many great players coming from all over the world to play here. They want to be a part of this glitz and the glamour, and that's one thing that the B-League does probably better than anybody. So Akira Mitchell, Terrell Brantley, Kyung-Jung Lee, Yudai Baba, and Ko Kumagai for Nagasaki, Velka, Kishimoto, Matsuwaki, Law, Cooley, and Kirk for the Golden Kings. And where does, having experienced this moment like so many of these Ryukyu Golden Kings players have, where does that fit into the equation? Does that give them an advantage, do you think, coming into this series?
You know, looking at it simply with your question, I would say yes. But at the same time, when you take a look at what Nagasaki Velka did against the Chiba Jets, a team with so much talent, so much experience as well, but they handled them quite well. They were able to dispose of them and make it here to the final. So a lot of people are saying they are destined to win this championship. But again, against the most consistent team here in the last 5 years, the Ryukyu Golden Kings, they are going to have to come up with their A game here in this best-of-3 finals. At the same time, Jeff, you got to take a look at the bench for both these squads, because yes, these starters, a lot of times the starting units cancel each other out. So it's going to really depend on who from the bench is able to give them a lift, be able to push them a little bit more towards the title.
Well, we are in store for a big one, folks. The B-League Championship, the battle about to commence between Nagasaki Velka and Ryukyu Golden Kings here in Yokohama.
So I guess it depends who was able to get more tickets here inside the Yokohama Arena to give them the home court advantage, because this is a neutral area.
Well, hello everybody. Once again, welcome. We are underway, the B-League Finals here in 2026 between Nagasaki Velka and Ryukyu Golden Kings. It's Nagasaki Velka winning the opening tip, and Lee coming out and missing with that first 3.
Looked like they started with a box and one there. Vic Law just shadowing Lee defensively here for the Kings.
Lee is one of these sensational players in all of Asia and really also international basketball. Here's the turnover, the first possession for Ryukyu. Now the 3, another attempt, and this one short from Babai. Yudai Baba, rather, excuse me.
Ooh, that's a late call there against Vic Law. A little nudge. But there was a nudge. It looked like Kumagai might have been able to get that and save it.
It's certainly a little bit of a contentious call at the start of this game. So I would suggest calling it pretty tight at the start. Lee comes out and misses another one. Brantley and Mitchell working down low. Here's another three and another miss. So a cold start to the game for Nagasaki.
Another stat that we should look at here, Jeff, is the fact that the Golden Kings like to get a lot of offensive rebounds, especially with Jack Cooley there.
Foul call to Jerome Mitchell. That is electric. I mean, how in the world do fans, those that are fortunate enough to be here, would have been elated to see a lot of jerseys for both teams here. Ball batted out of bounds. Certainly a good start defensively for Nagasaki at the start of this game.
As you said, Jeff, all roads lead here to the Yokohama Arena. This is the hottest ticket in town.
Matsuwaki gets it out, and he knocks down the three.
That is a deep three, almost from the logo.
Powerful physique indeed, but more than anything, he has got the ability to knock down three-pointers. If he gets hot, he can really put a hurting on an opponent. Brantley, back outside they go. They swing it. Yudai Baba gets in, misses, and boy, Nagasaki getting plenty of looks. They're not really coming close.
Those are the shots they have to be able to make.
We've already seen the ball go through the hoop. He gets it to Kirk, and Kirk gets it back, puts it up and in!
That's exactly what we're talking about. Offensive rebounding is a real key here for the Golden Kings, with Cooley and Kirk crashing the boards.
There's Brantley. He goes in and finally gets to the line, and when you're struggling, there's nothing more than you want than to earn a trip to the free throw line. Pretty good defense down low from Alex Kirk. Here he is at the other end. His length really doesn't look like he would be that impressive or as dominant, shall we say, but he really does have those long arms.
Not to mention the fact that he's wide, so he takes up a lot of space inside.
He's also played for Japan recently, so really highly thought of by Daisuke Tani. And Brantley does make the two free throws, and let's see if that gets this Nagasaki Velka team on track. Great matchup with Kumagai and Kishimoto. They get the switch. So has to come out. Here's Cooley. Oh, Cooley just goes right around Jarrell Brantley and scores with the left hand.
Well, Brantley's got to put his foot there on that baseline. He cannot allow Cooley to get that easy of a layup here. Back to a 5-point lead here for the Kings.
Yeah, that's kind of rule number one, never give up the baseline. So wrap around, Mitchell gets it, and great defense from Ryukyu. This Nagasaki Velka team trying to be patient, trying to pass it around.
Well, Jeff, it doesn't look like they're very comfortable going up against a zone. They seem to be having trouble finding the spots that they have to get to. Well, this is one individual that can actually get to the cup anytime he wants.
Yeah, and Sadahara also checks in for Ryukyu. So Stanley Johnson, who probably the most talented player coming off the bench for any team, has come into the game. He has been sensational this season. Some players just like coming off the bench more than starting. They're quite a weapon. He comes in. They pass around, and Cooley, good reaction. Looks like it's going to be a turnover. Now the ball knocked out of his hands by Johnson. So Johnson gets past Kishimoto, and then loses his handle. Baba puts it up, and finally, Nagasaki able to knock one down.
Well, when you're playing a zone, that's what you're going to give up. Those three-point shots, and Baba making them pay for staying in that zone defense.
Sadahara goes in and scores with the left hand.
What contrasting offenses that we're seeing right now. Ryukyu getting to the cup, scoring at will. On the other side, bleeding for their points is Nagasaki.
Oh. Well, trying to get to the line. No whistle, and there's certain players that you really worry about if you're Nagasaki in that Ryukyu team, and you wouldn't think Sadahara would be one of them. So when he goes out and scores, that sets alarm bells ringing. Kishimoto from way downtown. Johnson again, he's just direct, going right at the hoop, and is fouled.
As you mentioned, Jeff, that's what he likes. When it's open court, when there's nobody in front of him, this is where he thrives.
Cooley. And again, Johnson defensively knocking away Baba with that sweet follow-through. And sometimes you see an air ball like that one put up by Baba would kind of affect a player. He missed a couple of shots, but he kept putting them up. And Johnson has missed one from the line.
And Johnson is an 85% free throw shooter, one of the best in the league. Maybe some nerves here for all the players from Nagasaki, because as you were talking about earlier, this is the first time they've made it to the last dance.
Scoring average 22.8 points per game. I'm not sure if Daiyokatani's complaining about the foul on Matsuwaki. Looked to me like there's definitely enough contact. So Hayato Yamaguchi comes into the game.
Team foul situation, already 3 for Ryukyu, so they got to be careful. One more, and Nagasaki's going to be shooting free throws.
So can Law start to fight his way into this game offensively? He gets it down low to Cooley. Out, and it's kind of a short jump shot. Doesn't fall for Sadahara. And just a needless turnover.
And you can see Coach Modimaro telling his team, we don't need to rush. It's only the first quarter. Again, I definitely think this is nerves. They want to do too much too soon.
It will not be fun to play with the face mask. You have to really block it out, block out the distraction. But it's either that or don't play for Kumagai. Kishimoto into the lane. Matsuwaki, well guarded by Kumagai, still puts it up.
He was forced to put that one up. Shot clock was down to 2 there, Jeff.
He had to get that one up. So States is in a new 14. Kumagai not able to corral the rebound.
That's really what Jack Cooley's going to do. When you have him around the basket, you know that you got to try to box him out, because he's going to try to get every single offensive rebound.
This is where you want Cooley to be if you are Nagasaki, a long way from the basket. Here's Kishimoto. Gets it up and knocks it down.
That is exactly what the Golden Kings missed in their finals last year against Utsunomiya Brex.
That reliable three-point shot. Kumagai. Another pass for the second consecutive time. Kumagai trying to get it, and he's not on the same page. with his teammate.
And you can see the frustration there, and Coach Modemore is facing. This is not the Velka team that I have coached all throughout the year.
Danny Dotson checks into the game. He had a terrific semifinals. Obviously has NBA experience. Here's Matsuwaki. Out to Kishimoto. Uh-oh, that one rattled out. Now
Once again, looking
again
for early offense. That's what he likes to do, but he blows it that time, Jeff.
Well, if they're playing for contact to try to get to the line, now they're not calling that. And Vic Law, meanwhile, drives in. They do blow the whistle. Clearly, the contact affecting his shot, so free throws for Law. So our first time out of the game, nearly just over 6.5 minutes in, and we revisit what we were talking about. Anthony, RYUKYU, with all of this experience, having so many of these players having been in this situation before, and looking pretty settled at this moment.
Oh, that's for sure. On the other side, when you look at Nagasaki, this is quite surprising. They only have 6 points so far here. And you'd expect a team with that loaded with talent should be scoring at least 12 at this stage. They should be at least tied, but right now, they're struggling offensively.
Kishimoto smiles, had to live through the frustration of his injury last year. You play all season trying to get to this moment, and then when you're banged up, but it is part of the game. You have to overcome that adversity. You have to experience those lows, and it really depends how you respond to it. And Kishimoto has been the ultimate professional, coming back and playing as well as he has this season. So those stats will tell you that, as you said, you would have expected Nagasaki to come out firing, averaging almost 10 points more per game per season, 9 points in fact. And they definitely get up a lot more threes. The threes aren't falling right now. A lot more fast breaks. The rebounding, crucial. That's a huge advantage. Offensive rebounding for RYUKYU Golden Kings. Second chance points. And we have seen a little bit of that as well. So when you've got Kirk and you've got Cooley, that's a lot of offensive rebounds and putbacks. Here's Law. They're also into the game, one of the veterans for RYUKYU Golden Kings. And just blocks out the first miss, goes out and takes it up to a 7-point advantage.
Yes, this is the biggest lead in the ball game for either squad. RYUKYU now, 13-6.
Well, beginning to look. Fortunate to get it back for another opportunity. Lead to the corner again. And getting it up. This is not when Yamaguchi. Feels like Nagasaki passing up some opportunity, trying to get an even better shot.
That's a good point. At this stage, I think they should just take the first shot that they see, which is a good shot.
Also in the game for the Golden Kings, number 18, Masahiro Waki. Second foul on Yamaguchi and Modi Mayor. Alarm bells ringing. Remember, this is the best of 3, but it is very difficult to win a game, so you don't want to be finding yourself in an 0-1 hole if you're Nagasaki Velka. especially against a team like RYUKYU Golden Kings, knowing you have to win 2 games in a row. A nice spin. Dotson gets in, spins, puts it up. And Kirk, offensive rebound, and this time does not get the putback.
One of the few times they've not been able to put those offensive rebounds through, but again, just so many extra possessions for the Golden Kings.
Gucci, another miss.
That was an open shot.
Mauer's going to bring in a replacement, and Rocky goes in and scores with the left hand. And the lead goes to 9. Yes!
Finally, they get one from the outside once again, and it's their main man, Udai.
Udai Baba, his second 3 of the game. And it's been such a difficult start for Nagasaki Velka. You really start to worry for them if that shot doesn't go down.
Under 2 minutes to be played here. They only have 9 points. Really struggling.
Averaging more than 90 points per game during the season, so it has been a wretched start for Nagasaki Velka. And I really think it's just down to tightness. Dotson putting the pressure on.
I agree with you. They're going to settle down. There's no question about that. But the thing is, they might have settled down a little bit too late.
Much better defense, but I think RYUKYU Golden Kings a little good fortune there as Stanley Johnson steps out of bounds.
That's for sure. And that was a steal already. They should have been going the other way.
I mean, look at these fans. I mean, these fans are like, they are in a state of ecstasy to be in this arena right now, these RYUKYU Golden Kings fans. Sadahara, 26 years of age, back in the game. He's had a good start to the game. Onodera's still in, waiting to make his first big shot.
They finally get a steal, but there's a counter steal.
And Cooley fouled on the turnaround.
You know, Jeff, we were talking about the fact that the RYUKYU Golden Kings, with 5:52 still to be played in the first quarter, already had 3 team fouls. And now suddenly it's Velka who gets into the penalty ahead of them.
Well, free throw line always big, especially in these playoff games and championship games. And Jack Cooley calmly sinks the first. And that is not a more apt description than the rebound king who dominates the paint. He is, I think what really impresses me about Cooley this season is he has looked after himself. You can see he is fit and trim. It's so important to look after your body. Kenshi Matsumoto comes into the game, 31 years of age, and here's a guy that's known for providing a spark.
Well, that's what they need right now, Jeff, for sure.
Here's Brantley scooping and scooping, getting to the basket, just does not get it to go down. They're not getting bad shots. Here's Johnson left open. His attempt doesn't go down. And if you're a coach, all you can hope is, all you can ask for is to get those good shots, but then, you know, the player has to knock them down. Dotson, nice move, gets in. Oh, great rim protection. And once again, the great defense not rewarded with possession as RYUKYU Golden Kings will inbound this with 1 minute remaining in the first quarter.
It has not been that explosive of a quarter here for the Golden Kings, but still, they're up by 8.
Well, as difficult as it's been, you know that this Velka team can definitely chip away the deficit quickly with those threes. Here's Cooley. Look at that. And just gets a couple of extra rebounds and scores. And that is a significant problem that Nagasaki right now are not able to cope with, is Cooley's work on the glass, and meanwhile Matsumoto down on the ground, and let's see, no foul there, and Cooley just stuck with it. Great jump, and Matsumoto right behind him. The inverted contact tumbles down. Hopefully he's okay. That's the last thing they need, is to lose a player, but this is a laser-focused RYUKYU Golden Kings team.
Oh, that's for certain. At the same time, you can see Jack Cooley picked up 2 points there and also added 2 rebounds to his name. They're just dominating in that front. So they're going to review this one, Jeff.
Is it an unsportsmanlike on Cooley? That is the question. Is this a basketball move? Him raising his arm. He turns around. Matsumoto gets in there. I would be awfully surprised if they called this.
Because he was actually on his way towards the other end. I don't think he expected somebody to be behind him.
Nah, no chance. They're not going to call this an unsportsmanlike. Matsumoto's almost asking for trouble to get up underneath him like that. So indeed, it is not upgraded to an unsportsmanlike. And Cooley with that slicked back, noosed hair, or at least I think it's noosed, breathes a sigh of relief, and Matsumoto, meanwhile, his entry to the game doesn't last long as he has to go back out. And Nagasaki Velka just trying to shake off a difficult start to the game. But again, it looks bad, but this team can quickly pour in the points, especially if it picks up its defense and creates some easy opportunities.
Jeff, did Kumagai take off his mask?
He did indeed, so maybe a little bit of a risk for him. And Johnson missing it. You do see that with players sometimes. They do take it off. They're probably advised to wear the mask. And then the competitive juices start flowing and they're not playing well and they want to take it off. Hopefully he'll be all right.
That's something to look out for here.
He takes a tough shot. And
once again, Jack Cooley getting them another possession.
But that's,
wow.
You tell me, Anthony, is this coming over the back by Jack Cooley? It certainly looked like Jarrell Brantley had position there.
Well, you know, Cooley's been doing this for so long, and you know, he can come up with these slight nudges that I think the referees have gotten used to, and they allow.
You could definitely go for the ball even if you're behind a player, but if you sometimes you can see the whistle blow if there's contact coming from behind, and no whistle there for a break for RYUKYU. Yaki Arakawa into the game. All these guys are juiced up. Lee, a really difficult start to the game for Nagasaki Velka. Other than Baba, it's been a really incredibly difficult start to the game offensively.
That's right, because he's got 6 of the 9 points. Now they want Kishimoto to do the inbound here at the baseline, but they're going to have the final possession here, Jeff. So at worst, they're going to have a 10-point lead going into quarter number 2.
The guy without the face mask. It's a little dangerous being on the court with Cooley and Kurt. And there is Stanley Johnson going for the steal. Dotson gets in, and great defense, but the whistle blows, and the foul has been called. And with 5.1 seconds remaining, Dotson going to the free throw line. It goes from bad to worse for Nagasaki. That looked like all ball from Lee.
Well, they're going to say, I think they got him a little bit on the shoulder on his way down.
tell you. Block it out. One of those Korean players has played everywhere. Australia, of course, he went to Davidson. Walked in the Hallett Halls, known for where Steph Curry played his college basketball. Now he's getting it done in Japan. And Dotson takes it up to the biggest lead of the game, 11 points. Breaks the second, but the ball goes right back to him. No box out, and can you believe it? Onodera gets it, and boy, that would have really rubbed salt to the wound if that would have gone in. But RYUKYU Golden Kings enjoying game one immensely. They lead it 20-9 at the end of one over Nagasaki Belka. Anthony, it is simply a case of Nagasaki got to knock down some shots. I mean, they have had plenty of open looks that have not gone in.
Oh, that's definitely the truth right now. It's only Yudai Baba that has found his range here. And if the rest of his teammates aren't able to find their range, it's going to be a very, very long night for them offensively. Yamaguchi has the opportunity. He's just going to knock it down.
It's the basic stuff! Come on! It's not calm down. He's gonna fight. It's not fight. It's not fight. Get away! They got 7 homeboys in one corner. Nobody's jumping.
Yeah, that was a good point as well. Talking about the turnovers, talking about the missed shots. Not screening how they like to screen. Look at that. That just all you need to know. They're just not making their shots from the floor. Just 2 of 15. They haven't made a shot inside the arc. They haven't made a shot in the lane. Just 2 Baba threes. And meanwhile, RYUKYU Golden Kings, the most worrying aspect for that for me, if I'm Nagasaki, is that they have doubled you in rebounds. 16 rebounds overall, 7 on the offensive glass. That leads to second chance points.
We talked about that, Jeff, as being one of the key stats here to victory for the Golden Kings. Is they want to dominate the rebounding because they've got Alex Kirk and Jack Cooley. That's their specialty. And they have so far really flexed their muscles inside. At the same time, Lee needs to be able to start hitting those shots because he is the #1 in terms of accuracy from three-point distance. But today, he has been blanked.
Second quarter now underway, and RYUKYU Golden Kings, who trying to get another title, having finished runners-up the last 2 years, and great swat from Brantley late in the shot clock.
Nice recovery from Brantley there. Watch it here. That's what you got to do. Pick things up first on the defensive end and then hope that the offense starts to flow eventually.
100%. Sometimes a great defensive play can really lift the spirits. And Baba drives in, lays it up off the glass.
A nice screen as well there from Akil Mitchell.
Yes, it was, and that is the first bucket, the first 2-point shot that this team has made today. And again, it's all about the defense right now. Onodera outside, Law wide open. And, oh, Mitchell just mistime his jump. And again, we talked about RYUKYU finishing runners-up. Well, let's go back and look at all the teams that have won the title in the B-League. It was Brex in 2017, 2017-18, Alvar Tokyo, and they went back-to-back, in fact, also won in 2020. With COVID in 2020-21, we didn't have a champion, and Chiba Jets won it. in the 2021-22 season, and Brex in 2022-23. RYUKYU Golden Kings, this club we're watching now, won it in 2022-23, excuse me, and then Resona Dragonflies, and it's going to be a Brex winning the last couple against this team.
That's why they've been the real constant here in the B-League, this squad of Dayo Kitani. He's the gold standard as far as coaching. That's why, as you mentioned, he now is going to be the Japanese national squad coach.
Oh, beautiful drive, and that is another good development. They're starting to attack the basket. And again, you know, Modi Mayor talking about those back screens, and we're seeing it come to fruition here in the second quarter.
Well, you like the change in strategy. If the outside shot isn't falling, you can't force the issue.
And Dayo Kitani understanding the change that's been made, so now he's going to counter it. It's a little chess match here in the B-League Finals between Kitani and Mayor. So there's a lot of blue shirts right there.
Yes, it does look like there are more Nagasaki Delta fans here inside the Yokohama Arena.
Well, Baba, a linchpin in every sense of the word in this Nagasaki Velka team, and obviously with Japan's national team, has truly led this team today in these difficult moments and allowed them to have that pulse by making shots. Such a versatile player, helps you in so many different ways, and today, I mean, for him, he's happy if you win, if he scores 2 points, but today his scoring has been needed in these first 11 and a half minutes.
That's a very good point. Now he's in double digits, and if you look at what's happened in the playoffs so far, he has not scored more than 10 points. He has allowed the world imports and in fact even lead to really dominate in terms of scoring. He'd come up with assists, he'd do the rebounding, he'd also play defense, but today he's having to do something different.
Yeah, and don't think for a minute that he's not playing defense. Here he gets whistled for the foul. Oh, has this been called on Mitchell? If it's Mitchell, it's his third.
That's a big development.
Oh my goodness.
You cannot have one of your world imports in foul trouble in the early part of quarter number 2.
And it has to be annoying for Coach Mayor, and it's the little things that you need from Mitchell as well. He's not a guy that's going out there looking to kill you with his scoring. He's going out there trying to like set those back screens, get out, get those rebounds, and be a presence down low. And now they are missing him. Oh, and it doesn't matter. Just look at the ball back and look who it is. It's Baba on the break. He gets it over to Lee. And the second quarter is all Nagasaki.
Yes, sir. And right now, that's exactly what you need. Lee to start to get involved offensively. That layup just might spur him to come up with those huge outside shots we know he's capable of doing.
It's so important to see the ball go to the basket. Here's Wall. Defense, and once again, Baba with the rebound. Look at him quickly into transition. Brantley. Oh, can you believe it? Baba got the ball, got across midcourt just in time to pick it up a nice feed down low. Johnson, and now it's a 3-point deficit. And it's all about defense.
I'm surprised there's no timeout coming from Coach Dayo Kitani, but I guess he trusts his boys.
Yeah, he just called one a few possessions ago, so It is almost the case that you got to figure this out, guys. Here's Waukee. And Waukee almost turned it over. Oh, and that was a foul.
That's
Great
a
play,
foul
great
from
hustle by
Kumagai.
Law.
They already had Law pinned there in the corner. You don't need to foul him. They bailed him out. And nothing was going well on the offensive end as far as they're concerned.
Well, the physicality has, and quickness and awareness have gone up a notch at this end of the court. How can RYUKYU respond? Get it to Law, bounce pass. Sadahara, go turn around. Nobody gets the rebound except Law, and Law puts it up and in.
Badly needed basket there. As far as the Golden Kings are concerned, stretching their lead back up to 5.
The problem there is you're also worried about Jack Cooley getting the rebound, so you're trying to box him out. And nobody was there to stop Law from getting it. Brantley up. Defense on him, and he takes a very difficult shot.
Seems like he also lost that on the way up.
Here's Cooley just barreling his way down. He's unstoppable. Jack Cooley, a steamroller, takes it up to 7 points to lead.
Back-to-back hits right now, and they're fully in control of this match once again.
And the guy missing it from deep. I really think that previous possession, the shot by Brantley was so bad, did them no favors. Had some level of patience on offense. And Kishimoto missing it. Oh, goes right to Cooley. Are you kidding me? Cooley with 10 points already and several rebounds.
And he might have a double-double before this half is actually over. He's at 5 rebounds already.
Into the corner, Stanley Johnson. And Lee for 3. And Stanley Johnson sneaks in there, steals the basketball. We've seen that a couple times from him today. 9-point lead. They really need to settle down. Brantley going to take it in, and this time he does score. Nobody gets in his way.
Well, that'll help.
Excellent work from Johnson.
Well, definitely. Johnson's not scared to go in there because they know that there is no shot blocking with Alex Kirk, not on the floor.
Well, Johnson's great defense getting in that extra possession, and here is good defense from Yudai Baba, forcing the turnover.
Big Law has not really been able to extricate himself here.
Yeah, he's not happy with the movement on offense, but this is on him. And Yudai Baba, textbook defense, textbook approach to this game, and forcing a timeout. Just that little loss of composure, and the Golden Kings can punish you quickly. But the defense was so good at the start of the quarter. Baba getting out into transition, handing it off to Lee. But foul trouble from Mitchell, Yamaguchi, and Baba with the 2 fouls.
Really only Akil Mitchell there in foul trouble with his 3. Yamaguchi with 2 personal fouls, but at the same time, they need his offense, especially when he's left open for those 3-point shots.
Play, bounce pass Kishimoto, understanding. And you know what's Cooley? I know I'm just hitting him with so much praise, but he just makes himself available, uses his body in such a good way. There's no way Kishimoto is going to turn the ball over, getting him the ball.
At the same time, in that last replay that you saw, it's really his positioning more than anything else. That's why he gets a lot of offensive rebounds. You see, he was actually boxing out already, so knowing that if the ball goes long, he would still be there. It comes up short, he's the only one capable of getting that rebound, which he did, and he easily put it through.
And this was a great move from Diakatani. So you call the timeout, a little bit of momentum shift, and then you bring in Kirk, you bring in Dotson, and you bring in Matsuwaki, and all of a sudden, you have got a formidable 5 players out there on the court. Kirk is rested. Look at this. So this doesn't get any easier for Nagasaki Velka right now.
Guys like Brantley and Stanley Johnson will have to play extended minutes here in quarter number 2 because of the foul trouble.
He's back outside. Here's Brantley. Here's Johnson for 3. And again, the big guns just not firing right now for this Nagasaki Velka team. That is why they're trailing by 7 points.
Sticking to man-to-man defense here, Nagasaki Velka. Oh, foul's going to be called there. That's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul here. That's going to be a big call.
Massive. Absolutely, and unnecessary. Well, let's just look at this again. Brantley's just going to take one for the team.
Well, they're going to review this one. Let's see if it's going to be upheld. But the call on the floor was unsportsmanlike.
So Kirk got it closely, long way out by Brantley.
Let's see them roll the tape, just so we can see exactly what the referees are seeing as well.
I think they're just waiting to show if they want to heighten the suspense. And it's kind of a strange reaction from Brantley, to be honest.
This is a better angle.
Okay, look at the one on the, this one. Oh. I think they're going to call this. It looks to me maybe he kind of slaps him on purpose in the face. And they do indeed call it. And Brantley at first didn't react, but then he's like, wait a minute, I just got smacked in the face. I'm going down. They need to blow the whistle.
Talk about embellishing, huh?
And this is the free throw. And sometimes you go through this, you know, no 2 games are alike. And one of the premier players in this competition today, Jarrell Brantley, just really fighting through the struggles here at the beginning of the game, and finally that was a good-looking free throw. He makes the second one, and let's just see if that one free throw can get him going. To his credit, he does have a couple of blocks on defense. Not an issue of playing hard, it's just an issue of getting into his rhythm on offense. And also taking some difficult shots. Oh, here's Johnson. Goes in. Oh, great recovery from Kirk. I think Johnson thought he had an easy one.
That's what Kirk likes to do. Come up with those blocks, and here almost came up with 2 points.
And that was great defense by Brantley at the other end. I would have put money on Kirk scoring there. I'm surprised he didn't. And almost a turnover lead, drives in, hangs in the air. Yes, he makes it. And 1.
Things now starting to flow here for Hyun Jung Lee. After that layup, gets another one there in contact. If he makes this free throw, that's going to be the closest that they've been after being down by as much as 11 points. Talking about Velka. So they're right back in this one. We talked about Velka and their struggles with their offense. In the first quarter, only scored 9 points. So right now, the Golden Kings have only scored 6 points in quarter number 2.
Well, it has been an almighty struggle for this Nagasaki Velka team in this first half, but they are trailing by just 3 points. Tremendous grit being shown in this second quarter, and now Kumagai coming out. And
I'm surprised that's not an unsportsmanlike foul. He just pushed him to the ground. Boom.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely throwing his right shoulder into it. And Nakatani, if he were to challenge him, if he was to ask for them to look at that, they might upgrade it.
Right now, you can see Kumagai having a very, very long afternoon. And that frustration foul might just get him settled. Let's see.
I can understand why he was wearing the face mask. He must really get his nose stuck into a lot of places. And here is another foul. And this one on Brantley. That's his first. Because now that tough defense, any more fouls and RYUKYU Golden Kings are going to the line. And that's just a kind of ridiculous reaction from Jack Cooley, to be honest. So Brantley a little bit unlucky. They get it back anyway.
Ujai Baba again coming up big in the defensive end.
So he's got the mismatch. Brantley going up against over there. Spins. Oh, he misses the shot.
Wow, that's
Can't make it up.
Glass.
You either dunk that or glass, definitely. Because nobody was there. Kishimoto, mistake, left him open, but an offensive foul.
That might be on Cooley.
Oh, they are really calling some fouls away from the ball right now. First foul, Jack Cooley. Yeah, he reached in. That was a good call.
That was clear.
I mean, he definitely reached in and held him.
He's got to realize that he's 6'10", and Kumagai is what, 5'10" at the most?
If he has some hair. Yes.
Kumagai is actually listed at 5'8".
Three-pointer will tie it right now. Johnson gets it up. Yeah. Oh, it rims out. Game for Nagasaki Velvet. Even the ones that look like they're going down do not. Here's Cooley. Onodera to three. Got it! He is feisty. I just wonder if that was the right thing for Kumagai to do, to kind of throw his right shoulder into him a couple of possessions ago. You don't want to fire up Onodera. To a 6-point advantage. And Brantley lays it up and in under there, trying to get the charge.
From the outside, there's no way Onodera can stay in step here with Brantley. Good call there from Coach Modimaro to attack that defense.
Ball. And it goes. Sadahara, bounce pass intercepted. Talk about Cooley making himself available. Doesn't get it that time. Here's Lee again, and they are not set. Oh, they're just missing layups. They're not concentrating. They're not finishing. We've seen Brantley miss an easy one. Now we've seen Lee miss an easy one.
Lee actually had an open three. He should have just taken that one.
I'm not sure the Nagasaki Velvet will miss this many shots at the basket all season long. It is Cooley. Drives in and scores. 12 points. That's the fact. Jack, 12 points for him. And timeout for Nagasaki Velka.
I have never seen Jack Cooley come up with an up and under move such as that one. He had some hang time there, Jeff. Watch it here.
Good indeed. Did you say this is a little poetry in motion for him?
Yes, it is. For him, definitely.
That's what I would be thinking about. You can see the frustration. It's like they're getting open looks, they're getting great drives, and again, it's the numbers show you 40% inside the arc is better than 0, which is what it was at the end of the first quarter, but 2 of 15 from deep. And, you know, maybe against some teams, you can overcome this type of shooting performance over the course of the game, but I'm not sure against the RYUKYU Golden Kings that you will. Now the turnover. Dotson up ahead. And a three-point shot. The other way. And offensive foul, Stanley Johnson.
Wow, that's a big call. And Stanley Johnson, a little bit surprised there, but Sadohara is one of the better defensive players we have here in the B-League. Let's see if he got to that spot first. And it seems like he has, and he did.
Well, those are the types of plays, you know, it's not going to be come up in a box score to jump off the sheet, but it is a big play by Sadohara. And Modi Mayor not in agreement.
But if Modi Mayor wants, he can actually challenge this, Jeff, if he wants. If he's really serious, he's going to let it go. You want to hold on to your challenge.
Game 1 of the B-League Finals, and it's RYUKYU Golden Kings leading it 31-25 over the Nagasaki Vulture. We're in Yokohama. Basketball Central. Kishimoto from downtown. Got it! And just like that, the lead goes back to 9.
Wow, it was down to 3. They were knocking on the door, talking about Velka, and suddenly another explosion here by the more experienced Golden Kings. That's going to be a foul from Kishimoto. A poor foul.
I think it's on Cooley for like, well, maybe it is Kishimoto. Could have called on either one. Watch Cooley's reaction here at the end.
This is the 3.
Okay. So it was indeed on Kishimoto. That's 2 fouls on him. And with 20.9 seconds remaining. Free throws for Nagasaki. Yamaguchi back into the game here. And offensively, this Nagasaki team could not have struggled any more than what they have in this first half. Even in the second half, when they picked it up a little bit, it hasn't been great.
The reason, Jeff, why I said it's a very bad foul is because obviously you don't want to send somebody who's shooting 92% from the free throw line to the stripe. He's going to get 2 easy buckets.
So 7 for Lee. Now they're going to try to pick him up full court, maybe get a turnover. And we've got a timeout from Dio Katani. So a 7-point lead for RYUKYU Golden Kings. And again, Kishimoto, his three-point shooting has been significant today. He's hit a couple, 2 of 5 from deep. I mean, anytime you're shooting as a team 4 of 10 from three-point range, especially with such a powerful front line like this, you get a lot of your stuff.
And you can see Dio Katani making sure he takes advantage of every single possession there. And that time out there, going to devise a play to still get them some points.
Come on! Go! Even 1, 2, 3! Copy!
scenes here in Yokohama. Place is absolutely packed for this final. And it was so competitive this year. You just really had no idea who was going to make it all the way, but these two teams clearly deserve their places. And the Golden Kings right now playing their best basketball of the season at the right time. Final 10 seconds of the first half. RYUKYU up by 7. Here is Kishimoto. Takes a tough shot. And the whistle blows and a foul. So Kishimoto going to get some free throws.
Let's see if Coach Modimoro wants to be able to take a timeout here. Because 5.3 seconds is more than enough time to be able to generate a shot. So far, it has really not been Kumagai's day.
So Brandon's going to sit down. He doesn't want to pick up another foul.
What's quite surprising, though, is they're going to send in Akil Mitchell. Of course, they're going to have the ball, but an offensive foul gets him foul number 4 here.
Kishimoto makes the first, takes it up to an 8-point lead. Both. Taira comes into the game. Shogo Taira for Kishimoto. They only got a couple seconds left. Stanley Johnson pulls up and knocks it down. Well, what a way to finish for Nagasaki, just to get a little bit of momentum and the feel-good factor. Still down by 6 points, but you wonder if that might be a sign of things to come in the second half.
They just gave Stanley Johnson too much room there. That's the only thing he could do. Just take a 3-point shot. You've got to be on him. Look at all that space given to him there.
Stanley Johnson has made plenty of shots from that range all season long. And sighs of relief breathed by Nagasaki, although they're still up against it. But changes perhaps will be made by the coach, and it's 36-30. RYUKYU Golden Kings on top of Nagasaki Velvet at halftime.
スポーツが教えてくれた。体と心を丸ごと使う喜びを、言葉を覚える想像力を、昨日までの自分を追い越す勇気を、だから僕たちも伝えたい。子供たちに未来を生きる夢。
私たちはスポーツで人と地域をつなぎ、未来への希望を広げていきます。プレーサポート日本生命。
現場で習いました。
will give them some momentum as you try to break down some of the numbers here. And you can see, obviously, the Golden Kings just really making their shots, period. As total, they've shot 40% as compared to 29% for Nagasaki Velka. And you can see there when you break it down in 2-point and 3-point percentage, just too many more free throws and also too many more shots made by the Golden Kings. And I think it really is experience showing. And when you take a look at the rebounding numbers, again, that is just too big a discrepancy to give the Golden Kings.
Well, certainly RYUKYU Golden Kings, you know, have that reputation as being a big-time rebounding team. We saw it in the first half, and that leads to a lot of second chance points. They're winning in that category 12-2. I guess it's good for Nagasaki that they've been able to get to the free throw line and shoot it pretty well, 81%. And they're only down 6 after a truly awful first half shooting basketball from three-point range, just 3 of 16. If those shots start to fall, this game probably will change in a big way to the advantage of Nagasaki. Yudai Baba with 10 points, Jack Cooley with 12, leading the way. Cooley just all over the place. 6 rebounds as well. Big Law's been pretty quiet overall. They haven't really needed him, but not be surprised if he starts to assert himself in the second half.
Oh, quite definitely. You know, Big Law is one of their, supposed to be their highest scoring import, together with Damian. But let's see what happens, because sometimes he allows the game to just come to him, and he knows that so far they've got the lead anyhow here in the first 2 periods of play, so he might come up big in quarters 3 and 4, talking about Big Law.
And again, the foul trouble, Akili Mitchell with 3 fouls. So that is a problem for Nagasaki, although when he went out, they were able to overcome his absence and really pulled to within 3. They actually had a chance to tie the game. So it really is a case of making your shots. And let's don't forget, Nagasaki Velka missed a few very makeable layups that really anybody should be able to make.
Bradley's going to start things off for his squad. He's one of the higher scoring imports, together, of course, with Stanley Johnson, who hit that 3. Look at the rebounding. Again, just dominating in that particular department. So Big Law saying, I got 5 boards, despite the fact that I only have 3 points.
Yeah, what I like about that is that obviously Cooley has the huge reputation as the rebounder, but everybody else chipping in. So it's all about RYUKYU being very reactive, getting those balls, getting those long rebounds, getting them inside. But second half is underway. Nagasaki Velka trailing 36-30 in Game 1 of the B.LEAGUE Finals against RYUKYU Golden Kings. And starting with the first possession. Nice pass to Lee. Gets it outside. Wide open Lord Baba. That is off the rim.
Again, Jeff, when you take a look at exactly what Big Law is doing, he is shutting down Lee. So that is his primary objective here in game number 1.
Lee on the other end trying to stick with Law. Law gets in, scores. Just gets it off the front of the rim, and it bounces off the backboard and in. Saw it in the first half, just orchestrated offense, the way they pass it around, they get those open looks, but then they miss it. Now here's another one, and finally, Lee's able to knock one down.
And that's a good sign if you're a fan of Velka. Look at this. Lee was struggling in the first 2 periods, but already still with 13 points here in the contest.
He's got it. One of those unsung heroes in this RYUKYU Golden Kings team. Oh boy, what a tough take it was, and diving in and scoring Baba.
Well, I guess Baba's feeling he needs to really be at the forefront of their attack offensively. Everybody's struggling, so let me try to take over.
I tell you what, this is about as tough a take as you can have in the B-League. Look at him attacking, even with Kirk in the area. And fearless approach from Udai Baba, really putting his team on his back right now and trying to get them to that Game 1 win.
Well, he's not worried about physical play. He played in the NBL.
As did Lee. Here is bucket. Physicality become a factor for this Delta team, defensively, especially. Ball again.
Big Lawrence again getting away. Alex Kirk not gonna put it down.
And this time they survive. They finally get the basketball away. Patience for Lee. Way to get back on defense from Matsuwaki.
They might want to look for Lee here.
On the shot clock, you guys got to get it up. Oh, nice pass into Mitchell. Two-handed jam. Well, they haven't been this close since the start of the game. It's 2-point deficit, and now the turnover. Mitchell in the open floor, gets it back to Brantley. He hands it off to Baba, gets it back to Brantley. And boy, they just rushed themselves to a miss there.
Yes, that was a hurried shot. They had the advantage. They didn't need to rush. That would have tied things up. Again, inexperienced. Kishimoto. Wow, that's big.
Absolutely. Huge potential turning point in the game. A chance to tie it or take the lead. And only for Kishimoto to come back and hit a three for Ryukyu. Now Brantley. And just feel the momentum change almost immediately. And Baba.
Foul's going to be called there on Baba. That, you know, really, sometimes referees would let that go.
We saw it in the first half, Anthony. And so look at this miss. We saw it in the first half. Jarrell Brantley put up a very difficult shot when Nagasaki were playing well. He missed, and it led to an easy bucket, or led to a bucket at the other end. And we've seen the exact same thing here in this third quarter. Brantley felt like they had the turnover, they could score. Stanley Johnson comes back in the game, but he puts up a difficult shot, he misses, and what happens? Kishimoto goes to the other end and hits a three-pointer. That's how quickly things can change. You have to value those possessions.
That's, I think, what they're going to learn throughout this series. That's Kishimoto, another big three, but look at this. Abuhara just checked in, but he will be called for over the back.
Yeah, this time they do call the over the back. Probably could have called that on Cooley earlier in the game. Well, I've got no problem with that approach from Sada Hart. It is a physical game, and you got to bring it. Here he is battling away with Lee. And at the end of the day, that's not even really over the top. That's just getting tangled up.
See if they take better care of this possession.
Brantley takes it all the way. Another miss, but he follows, and another miss, and probably having the struggle of his season, Brantley.
Again, Jeff, from point-blank range.
Stanley Johnson gets in. He misses, and Lee with the follow. He puts it up and in. Whoa. And one, so tremendous. We will not be denied approach. Look at this. And again, it's go to the glass. And you said it earlier, after a very difficult start to the game, the first quarter for Lee, he was horrendous. He really just couldn't do anything. He has come back and poured in the points. 3 fouls as well on Kishimoto. That was big.
Well, the Golden Kings are most effective when Kishimoto's on the floor. And we saw that last year when he was not there for the finals.
The 13 for Lee. And you know that the Golden Kings, they're going to go to the offensive glass. You have to match them in that regard at the other end. You have to win these battles. To a 2-point deficit. Steps out of bounds.
They're going to say he stepped on the sideline. That's going to hurt. A chance here for Velka to tie things up or take the lead with a 3.
You know, it felt like Anthony also that Nagasaki were maybe forcing a little bit too much on that previous possession, but give him credit, crashing the offensive glass. Here's Baba. Oh, Matsuwaki almost did a trip. Get it outside, Lee for 3. And offensive rebound and the putback. The foul, Mitchell. It looked to me like he kind of cleared out, maybe got away with one, boxing out Cooley.
And that's why Jack Cooley's livid there. Watch it here. Well, we missed it already, but it takes a lot to be able to move Jack Cooley out of that position.
That is a great foul by Sadahara. It's like no chance are you going to make this a 3-point play. You're going to go to the line. Textbook fouling. Dotson checks in. Always a problem for the defense. And sure enough, the Sadahara foul pays off. This is the first. Sometimes when you're trailing, it's just you make so many steps to get back, and it's just an almighty struggle to get back. Here's the 3 though from Baba. He's got it, and Nagasaki have taken the lead. And the strength of this RYUKYU Golden Kings team with the rebounds. Well, guess what? It's Nagasaki Velka now scoring after the offensive rebound.
That's big. We talked about that. Rebounding is going to be key for victory here or a loss.
Rebounding, intensity. Sadahara gets in. Oh, what a finish. Well, that was big time right there from number 8. Going to the left hand, putting RYUKYU back in front. Now some beautiful bounce pass to Mitchell. His pass back out to the perimeter, deflected. It will stay at this in 10 seconds.
Kishimoto tried to save that one, but look at this. RYUKYU Golden Kings coming with the penalty with still so much time remaining.
That's called taking advantage of your opportunities because the ball just literally fell into the hands of Lee. So he passed to Baba. And he now going to sit down, take his breath, get back in as quickly as possible. This really does look like maybe the most physical game of the year. Here's the pass, and Mitchell gets in. Oh, he misses the layup! But a foul. And I'm guessing he tried to dunk that. Something happened, and Cooley whistled for the foul, and Mitchell will try to put those previous misses out of his mind as he steps up to the stripe.
Jack Cooley can't believe the foul called on him.
Maybe it was unlucky. It was unlucky. Okay. Well, that explains it. And now Mitchell has missed 3 consecutive free throws. He got bailed out last time. And the ball was batted out to the perimeter. He can tie it here. This is another one, not even close. It's got psychological. For Mitchell to strike, he's overthinking it. Probably come out of the game. Sit down for a couple seconds. A couple minutes left. 3-point shot for Kishimoto. Oh, they battle for the ball and great effort to keep Cooley away. Johnson, Lee for three. Oh, it rails out, but the putback from Akili Mitchell. Don't take him out too quickly. And it's 46-45. Incredible pace, physicality, everything, intensity. That's what it is right now for Nagasaki Velka. And really kind of throwing down the gauntlet to this RYUKYU Golden. Anthony, if you look at Udai Baba's 16 points, Lee 13, Bradley 7, Johnson 6. It comes down to one thing for me in games like this. It comes down to effort. It comes down to intensity, effort. How badly do you want it? Because this Nagasaki Velka team, they believe. And most teams, or a lot of teams, wouldn't be able to come back the way this team has against a great RYUKYU Golden Kings team. But this team has not given an inch. They've just brought more effort. The more the struggles, the harder they have played.
I agree with you totally. They're so resilient because actually, after a very dismal 9-point outing in quarter number 1, they're able to come back and look at this. They're up by 1 here. And let's see if they try to take advantage of the fact that the Golden Kings are in the penalty.
Johnson in the game. Kirk also comes back into the game here. Johnson from 3. Got it! And what more would you expect in a B.LEAGUE Finals? Back and forth they go. Unbelievable. Stanley Johnson, oh boy, this time loses it. Here's Dotson, open floor, and great hustle from behind by Kumagai to knock it away.
Well, that might just help Kumagai here because he has had a dismal outing. Coming up with a tremendous play such as that one just could really spur him on. But there's that turnover.
Excellent. Don't give up on the play. Here's another foul. We've seen so many situations, so many big game momentum changing shots made by both of these teams, but especially the Golden Kings, Kishimoto, and most recently from Dotson.
Going to reset the clock there because of that kick ball to 14. But make no mistake about it, Morgan Moore and his squad are right now back into it after being down by 11.
Kirk. Ball down low, goes Rocky. They try to get to Kirk, and one pass too many, but then they get it back. Great hands by Rocky. Ball from deep.
That's gotta hurt. A live turnover and a live turnover in the front court of your opponent. That might be an offensive foul. It is. That's going to be another one there on Stanley Johnson.
The power of the Golden Kings after that timeout. I'm not sure I like that. He raised his arm, so I guess he can call it. It's a physical game right now, though. The team's really put the pressure on the rest. Oh, that was on Mitchell, in fact, this time. So here is another foul And suddenly all the momentum back with RYUKYU Golden Kings. So Mitchell sits down. 4 fouls.
Nagasaki first time out.
The timeout going to be called here by Nagasaki Velka. They were knocking on the door, and then suddenly things started to fall apart. This is a good timeout from Coach Modi.
Well, this was the play where Velka thought they had it, but then Mitchell, his pass intercepted by Waki, and then it ends up with a three-pointer from Law, and one of the key points in the game. Dig in, get the basketball, but then you give it right back.
If you're Nagasaki Velka, you do not want to unleash Vic Law. He's capable of coming up with 10 points in succession. And they give him a 3 like that. That just really might boost his confidence to take on a little bit more of the offensive load.
Mitchell with 4. I'm guessing Baba's just sitting down for a minute because of that foul trouble. He doesn't want to pick up a 4th. But he plays so hard. Kishimoto and Matsuwaki each 3 fouls, so for the Golden Kings. So not really alarm bells ringing from that standpoint. And then you've got the prolific scoring of Dotson that's really changed things as well. It's been Dotson and Law that have come out and really hit this Nagasaki team with a 1-2 punch here the last few minutes.
Again, a little bit more daylight here for the Golden Kings, heading to the final 3 minutes of the third.
Down low, backs up, Law gets blocked by Law. Tremendous defense from Law. Laying down the Law. And here he is, getting up a 3. 7-point lead for the Golden Kings.
That would have been a backbreaker if Law made that 3.
I understand why he went for it for that very reason. Here's Brantley. Spins, gets in, and gets fouled.
That's clearly a foul there from Waki.
The stare down from Onodera on Brantley.
I'm quite surprised why he did that. He actually didn't even come up with the foul. It was Waki who came up with his personal foul there.
So Baba back into the game. Milwaukee with the talent. Has some big plays today. Now has 3 fouls as well. And no Cooley right now. He's on the bench. And another big free throw miss. Free throws have become a problem for this Nagasaki Velka team now. 11 of 18. Hovering right around 60%.
You know, Jeff, Nagasaki should take advantage of the fact that right now they do not have their starting point guard Kishimoto on the floor. These non-Kishimoto minutes are very critical for the Golden Kings. And Velka has to take advantage.
There's some head-scratching misses right now for this Nagasaki team. They missed the last 6. Getting in the high 50s, 59%. 11 of 19. Dotson goes up, short. Really, Nagasaki fortunate the last couple of times down the RYUKYU haven't knocked down their shots.
They need to get something here offensively. Something going towards the rim.
Step back, he's gonna put up a three. Wins the battle, has just called in his favor. 1:18 remaining, still a long way to go. But
are Nagasaki scared of getting to the free throw line here, Jeff? Because RYUKYU has been in the penalty since the 4:45 mark, but they need to be going towards the cup. They're putting up a lot of hoisted threes.
here's Rocky, dives in. They definitely will be getting the layup, but now Rocky step up to the stripe.
Foul number 70, Yamaguchi Hayato, third personal fifth. Now to our reaching number 2, Ryukyu, shooting.
Yamaguchi also in a tough outing here so far. He has not been able to find his rhythm, especially from deep. They were looking to send in Mitchell, but then I think the assistant coach has reminded Coach Modi he's got 4 personal fouls.
So Rocky steps up to the stripe. And if you're not just like a Delta fan, you need all the help you can get right now. Rocky played at Hakuo University. As from the Kumamoto Prefecture. Takes his time and makes the second.
Approaching the final minute, let's see who takes advantage of the bonus here.
3-point shot, got it from Bradley.
They definitely needed that one. Now he's got double digits at 10 points.
He plays some 3x3 in his career. Giving a look at that right here. He drives in, the bump, turns, puts up a tough shot. They battle for the rebound, and it's Nagasaki to come down with the basketball.
Difference about 4 seconds from the game clock and the shot clock here.
And Johnson, tough shot, and still makes it over Kurt. That is a brave shot. And once again, things tighten up, 3 points. Johnson, though, has it. Last shot of the border does not go down. And this RYUKYU Golden Kings team must be thinking, what have we got to do to shake this Nagasaki Velka outfit? And both teams just really giving their all right now. It's 54-51. RYUKYU Golden Kings on top of Nagasaki Velka at the end of the third. 1,978 fans witnessing Game 1 here in Yokohama. Kishimoto has hit some shots today. Sadahara, let's go back and remember also he had that tremendous drive into the lane. But it is all about defense, rebounding, toughness. I think toughness is probably the one word I would use for both of these teams right now. That's what they've showed an abundance of in this game one.
And they need to continue to play tough here in the final 10 minutes if they want the game one victory. Still anybody's ball game, just a 3-point lead by the Golden Kings heading into the final canto.
So RYUKYU Golden Kings will start with this final possession. They still leading on the strength of that opening first quarter, which they won 20-9. And the 2 quarters in between have been won by Nagasaki, but by smaller margins. So it's a 3-point advantage for the Golden Kings. 24-year-old launcher, hands it off to Monadera. Monadera drives in, difficult shot, great rebound. And
that's not a good foul there by Jack Cooley.
Shot number 3 on Cooley.
Foul with number 45, Jack Cooley, second personal team. First.
Only second, but the thing is you don't want to pick up really fouls, especially here in the final quarter. Well, the big question for me here is when does Coach Dayo Kitani release Kishimoto once again?
So Nagasaki with possession, a chance to close the gap to 1, maybe even tie it with a 3-pointer. Brantley just knocked one down. Here's Johnson. Steps back, puts up a tough shot and makes it.
That's a tough 3. That was great defense. Wow.
Now 7 of 24 from 3-point range. Nagasaki Velka, not at the percentage they want, but definitely going up a little bit.
They're going to look just to double check if he was behind the line, and I think he was. Ooh,
that is so close.
That's close.
Yeah.
He might be stepping.
I think he's just on the line.
Initially, I thought it was good from deep.
Game of inches, game of millimeters. Looks like RYUKYU is going to be up by 1. So there's a 2. You almost wonder if that little break has helped RYUKYU Golden Kings, because you get like a jolt of energy if you make that shot with Nagasaki. But anyway, RYUKYU Golden Kings now up by just 1 point. 4 fouls on Matsuwaki. He's in the game in the right corner. Here's Cooley. Cooley takes a questionable shot, to put it mildly. Early in the shot clock, little runner. I don't know if he was looking to pass initially.
Well, you see, Jeff, this is exactly what happens to the offense here of the Golden Kings without Kishimoto. There's no fluidity.
Just kind of push that shot. Matsumoto said, I got to take it, I'm open, and then they don't get the putback. And again, could be a wasted trip. Here's Sadahara. Then turns and gets it to go. He has made a couple of huge shots in this game.
Sadahara's always looking for the mismatch. He's a very big guard.
Utaba. Walking the tightrope. 35 years of age, but sit down resting, and here he is. Kishimoto returns to the fray.
Well, they need him in there. They need to be able to build on this lead of theirs. It's precarious at 3.
Bradley, will it be a second three for him? And it will, but did he call backboard? That's the question.
He
Doesn't matter, it goes in.
Exactly. He says, now we got our first deadlock at 56.
That's huge. Every play is huge right now. Here's Kishimoto. Kishimoto doesn't hesitate. Puts the three up. Tremendous rebound. Law! Wow.
That was being at the right place at the right time for Vic Law. Back to a 2-point lead here for the Golden Kings. This is going to go down the wire just like we want it.
Johnson fading away.
Here's Kishimoto once again with the controls, and this is when they are most effective, talking about the RYUKYU.
Oh boy, how about that? And again, Cooley gets it, puts it back up again, gets it. And this time knocked out of his hands by Kumagai. Gets it back again, Jack Cooley. Oh boy. Cooley just relentless, getting his hands to the basketball.
Exactly, he's got a magnet for the basketball.
Do you think Kishimoto throws it up there knowing that Cooley's going to get the rebound regardless?
Quite definitely, definitely. Even when he puts up those threes, he knows he's confident that his man can actually go and get the offensive board.
Well, he's already in double digits. Points and rebounds. He's going to finish with a bunch today. He's got 14 now. Let's see. Here's a drive, almost a turnover, and desperation shot misses everything from Sadahara. And Nagasaki get it back. Six minutes, 35 seconds remaining. Kumagai started the game with the face mask. That came off at the end of the first quarter when he was really struggling. He's bringing the defense right now. Battle, drives, and good hands from Cooley. Cooley's hands are just...
Are they going to want to use their challenge here?
I think it really depends. Do they want to challenge? That's the question. So he is going to challenge it. Okay. So he's going to trust Cooley.
Well, at this stage, Jeff, every possession really counts.
I think Cooley looks like he's got his right arm on. Well, no, it's not pulling on. This will probably be Ryukyu's ball.
Well, it should be, at least from that particular replay. But again, the referees will see it from multiple angles. And here we go. That was quick.
Wisely, Nakasaki using that break while they were looking at the challenge to using it as a timeout. At least a chance to drop a play or two. Okay, so Cooley, by my count, latest count, 12 points, 12 rebounds. So I'm really jumping the gun on the 14. I just thought they hadn't updated the stats in any way. Here's Dotson. Coming up on the 6-minute mark in the game, Dotson drives in and gets to the rim. And they call
That's
a foul as well.
That was called by Coach Dayo Kitani, as you said, during that last challenge. And it worked out well.
He just got that little bit of a step on Baba. And once he was alongside Baba, it was his bucket. Unless somebody steps in front of him and takes a charge.
The referees are going to look into the monitor once again. Not quite sure why.
So many times we've seen Nagasaki Velka feel like be able to get just a little bit of separation, and Ryukyu Golden Kings have not allowed that to happen. Every time Nagasaki takes the lead, Ryukyu come right back. And now with Cooley in the game, it's just so difficult because it feels like he's around everything. It's just quickness, finishing, and Dotson. Talk about a weapon off the bench. She has been amazing. It doesn't make the free throw.
Let's see these misses from the free throw line from both these squads come back to haunt them. 4-point advantage by the Golden Kings.
Here's Bradley. Nagasaki going to send anybody to the glass. They don't need to because he puts it up and in. It's a 2-point game. He liked the matchup.
Again, both these coaches looking for the mismatch, looking for the advantage offensively. Worked out that time for Bradley.
Great defense to the guy from behind. Shot clock down to 7. Kishimoto, he might have to get this one up. He's looking for some space. He's going to drive. It's blocked. Great defense. Lee quickly gets it back to Brantley. Brantley, little change of direction. And it's going to be Ryukyu basketball. And again, it sometimes works when you attack and you put that pressure on that D, but sometimes they need to show a little bit more patience.
I agree. Here you can see Kishimoto, it looks like, got to that ball first and then got decked by Stanley Johnson. Well, so far this entire game, especially here in the second half, quicker to the ball, especially the loose balls, have been the Golden Kings.
Well, we're in winning time, folks. 5, coming up on the 5-minute mark, and it's Ryukyu leading at 60-58 over Nagasaki Velka. Three-point look. Got it! Oh, my. Talk about reinforcements coming from the bench. They don't come any better than this guy. Dotson, 11 points. And the lead back to 5 points for the Golden Kings. Timeout. Mighty Mayor. Step back 3. Wow. Man, that's good defense from Kumagai. You can't do anything else. That does not look like a coach that's under pressure. He's enjoying the moment.
Yes, he is. He genuinely enjoys coaching this squad, and he's going to enjoy coaching the national squad as well for the next couple of months. That's for certain.
Third in the West. Nagasaki first. 5 more wins. But these two teams split their encounters, as you can see, and all-time head-to-head 6-4 advantage for Ryukyu. Nagasaki, again, a relatively young franchise, young team. But looking like a veteran team, making it this far so soon. Back in the game, he's got 4 fouls. Oh, almost went up and down. full 5 on the shot clock. Mitchell get it wide open look. Lee got it! And look at that. Patience is a virtue. Instead of rushing the shot, you get the three-pointer, and once again, it's a 2-point game. 16 for Lee.
That is one individual you cannot leave open, and that's why Vic lost on the floor. Supposedly to shut him down. He got lost in the shuffle there.
Watson over the Law. And anything you can do, I can do as well, says Law.
Another big three. A while ago, one from Damian, now one from Vic.
Lee, this time misses from deep.
That's a shot he usually makes.
Here's Law, taking the time off the clock. Now he's going to drive. He spins, he gets it up. He's got it! Wow. 3.5 minutes remaining. And just so many players stepping up for this RYUKYU Golden Kings team. It was Dotson, now it's Law. And he has 15 points. And timeout for Nagasaki Velka. Going up against Stanley Johnson. Oh, Stanley Johnson had a big shirt grab initially.
He's lucky he didn't get called for that one. That should have been a three-point play. But as far as Vic Law is concerned, he's glad he's hit back-to-back shots, and now it's a much bigger lead heading into the final. 3:30.
3 minutes. 3 minutes. Let's go. Let's go. どんどんやっぱりサイドピックめちゃくちゃ効いてるからちょっとそれ使うか。オッケー、ホンドチェスト使う。次ホンドチェスト。ホンドチェスト。ホンドチェスト。オッケー、はいゴー。
Crowd, look at this arena. It has been humming from start to finish. And really not just in this game, but all season long in the B.LEAGUE. It's a destination for players, for coaches. Everybody wants to come and try the B.LEAGUE. They see it. See it on TV, they hear about it, they want to experience it, they want to come and live in Japan. And we're at the pivotal moment of the season. The finals is going to be either Nagasaki or RYUKYU Golden Kings, and right now RYUKYU Golden Kings just 3.5 minutes away from claiming game 1. They lead it by 7.
Big possession here.
Brantley spins. Oh, beautiful footwork and movement. His step throughs. And remember how much he was struggling early on as well. He now has 17.
Well, the moment he saw Kishimoto in front of him, he knew he could easily get that one. It's a turnover.
And this is one thing you simply cannot do if you're RYUKYU Golden Kings.
Not quite sure he was attacking that defense early. And because of that, it looks like Damian might get replaced here by Jack Cooley. You want Kishimoto bringing down that basketball, setting up the play. Well, this is the squad that gave them the championship 2 years ago. Check that, 3 years ago.
Time now. Here's Brantley. Dives. Johnson. And the foul on the rebound.
And look who got the rebound.
Down.
Their main man, Kishimoto, coming up big. Nagasaki not in the penalty yet, though. They still have one more foul to give.
Fouls on Brantley. 5 points separate these two teams.
Kishimoto gets it off here to Cooley.
Oh, he gets blocked out of bounds. by Lee. 5 on the shot clock.
It's not really the game of Cooley. He doesn't really take the ball from the outside in. Forced to do it there, though.
Got away with the short side. They got to get it up. It's a huge shot if it goes. It does not. There's plenty of time. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Every possession vital. Oh, Bradley lost control and turns it over. Great hustle. Law laying himself out to knock it away. And now, if RYUKYU Golden Kings can score, it is going to be awfully difficult for Nagasaki.
Oh, quite definitely. The time will be a factor if they deliver another basket here. Kishimoto knows it too. Puts up a deep one.
New 14. Well, you could almost guarantee that Kishimoto is taking that shot. And needing a stop to stay in it. RYUKYU Golden Kings looking to drive the nail in the coffin here in game 1. Law gets it up, short, chance to run, a rare chance to run. Stanley Johnson,
and Johnson's gonna lose it. Wow.
Knocked out of his hands. Great defense.
Not quite sure why they had to foul. That's only a 5-point lead. More than enough time remaining. That foul's going to put them in the penalty now.
Well, it was Kishimoto once again, this time with his defense, reaching up and knocking it away. The guy now with 4 fouls, 1:17 remaining.
That's definitely inexperience here, but there's a steal.
And they're going to get the dunk. And it's a 3-point game.
That's huge. Just when it looked like the Golden Kings could use clock. Now they need to score once again.
I thought they might be flirting with unsportsmanlike if they had not made that pass with going down to the court. But anyway, they get the dunk, and with less than a minute remaining, it's the Golden Kings. And an offensive foul! Sadohara, moving screen. And Nagasaki, and suddenly, Daikatani doesn't look like he's enjoying this as much. Tough call. So, now, if you're Nagasaki, obviously you don't have to settle. You don't have to go for a 3, although that's a big part of your attack. You put the ball on the deck and drive to the basket. Here's Johnson, exactly what he's going to do. And the blocking foul will send him to the free throw line. I don't know if that's the plan, but it's certainly what we're seeing with Johnson. Because so many times it hasn't worked today. And Kishimoto now with 4 fouls, and Stanley Johnson will go to the stripe.
Big free throws. Johnson is a very good free throw shooter. But this entire Velka squad has missed a lot here this afternoon.
Yeah, he's 1 of 2. And, you know, it doesn't matter if you're a good free throw shooting team overall. What matters is can you make them, especially late in the game. It gets a little bit harder. So right here, I was thinking that maybe they might call it unsportsmanlike. But clearly, Cooley did not. He just went for the ball, and that was the right play to get it up to Brantley. Make sure the two guys can get around to Brantley, get the reach and bottle with 3. They were absolutely on the ropes, Anthony. I mean, Nagasaki, give them credit. They have just not gone away. And Golden Kings, 4 fouls Kishimoto is really the only player on the verge of being knocked out. Sadahara and Matsuwaki for 3 as well as Waki. They had them on the ropes. They were up by 7. And now this team has a chance to tie Nagasaki. Maybe close the gap to 1. It's a 40-minute game. You got to play all 40 minutes. And sometimes if you get too conservative offensively and you start worrying about taking time off the clock, and maybe sometimes that doesn't work to your advantage. So Johnson actually with a chance to close the gap to 1, and sure enough, misses his second free throw from 3 attempts in this game.
The pressure getting to somebody who shoots 85% from the line, and he's missed 1 already. That's his second miss. Actually, the entire squad shooting below 60%.
Yeah, you shoot free throws in the 50s. Honestly, it is rare that you win basketball games. He does take and make the second. This game hanging in the balance. Kishimoto brings it up the floor. And the guys doing a real test on defense. Now Johnson. What about Johnson? Definitely don't want to foul him. Johnson gets in the lane, puts it up. He has no success. It goes out of bounds. Oh, and it goes off of Jarrell Brantley. 4.2 seconds on the shot clock.
And 30 seconds remaining in game number 1. This might help them. A baseline inbound is much closer to the basket. We have Alex Kurt, the big 7-footer there.
Well, this has got to be, it is imperative that Nagasaki can force this Golden Kings team into a difficult shot.
Looking at the Kings historically, Jeff, they should be going to Vic Law here.
They get in bounds, they get to the corner, Matsuwaki for 3, goes off the back of the iron, but the offensive rebound, Law. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Law. Baba guarding him.
Take over.
And look at the hustle from Kurt. And now they don't have to shoot. They're going to have to foul. And what have we said all season long about RYUKYU Golden Kings? Their offensive rebounding, the best in the competition.
You can see the composure that they had. They knew exactly what they needed to do, Jeff. Actually, Vic Law had the open 3. That would have been a dagger if he put it up. But he said, as you mentioned, they didn't need to take a shot. They wasted away those precious seconds. And now Kishimoto on the line to try to make this a 2-possession affair. Was there a timeout call? No, they're going to review this just to be able to make sure that they have the correct seconds on the clock.
Not sure what the challenge is for.
I think that challenge, Jeff, was really to be used as an extra timeout for Coach Modi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to mention icing the shooter here in Kishimoto.
Well, it is sad to say for Nagasaki, but if you go down in this game, you look at the free throw shooting, 12 of 21, 57%. That is not going to get it done. That first quarter struggle, you overcame that, but you missed so many free throws in the second half. Brantley, 3 of 6 from the line. 0 of 4 for Tilly Mitchell. 2 of 4 for Johnson. All big misses.
These are huge free throws now. For the captain, Kishimoto.
And the other question is, if he only makes one, might they foul and not allow Nagasaki? Oh, just a little love from the rim. Okay, if he misses this, might they foul and not allow Nagasaki to attempt a three?
That's a good point. But you got to be careful. You don't want to be giving 3 free throws.
And he makes both. So Taylor will be able to advance the ball after. And we'll see what they draw up. I would not expect them to take a three. I would think that they would try to attack the basket, maybe try to get a three-point play that way. And then
but the thing is, Jeff, only 7 seconds remaining here. Yeah. They need to go for a quick three, and hopefully they get fouled in the process. Right now, Kishimoto will definitely have to be replaced. You cannot have him on the floor for the final 7-point run. You cannot afford to lose him just in case you go into overtime.
We'll see what they get. We'll see what's available, because if they guard the three-point line, they might have an open passing lane for a quick two to get potentially set up and maybe try to draw a foul and drive. But at the end of the day, I think there's always a possibility.
That's a good point, Jeff. At the same time,
especially with a player like Lee.
That's right. Now, the moment Nagasaki scores, whether it's a 2 or a 3, expect the timeout coming here from Coach Ryukyu so they can advance the basketball to the side of the half.
And if I'm Ryukyu, I'm like, in no way, shape, or form foul the three-point shooter on this play.
Well, that's for certain. Just give him the shot, if ever. At worst, you're still up by 1. And with the inbound.
That's why I think it's going to be a shot to be had to drive. Here, as they get inside. Not too much time. They get the three from Brantley. Got it! 2.5 seconds left. Wow. It was risky, because now you lose that additional time, but still with 2.5 seconds remaining, you have the possibility. Nagasaki, Ryukyu, will they advance the ball?
Well, they should.
I would assume they would. Yeah,
get
they
it
have
as
to,
far away from the basket of Belka as possible.
And then you get the prospect of, if you are Ryukyu Golden Kings, definitely not try to inbound. You don't inbound the ball towards midcourt or the other basket.
Exactly. It has to be something going towards your basket and nothing in the middle of the floor.
How many, look back, one more maybe Magic, or if they don't go back and look at that three that was made by Stanley Johnson to change it to a 2, there's so many little things in a game like this. It basically comes down to one play. You have to give your all on every single play. Because if you lose by 1 point, it's gonna sting. Boy, this Ryukyu Golden Kings team had the great start in the first quarter. And Nagasaki Belka got off the canvas, came back fighting. Really, both these teams have shown why they're in the final. They're 2 great teams. With just 1 point separating them. And defense has been the order of the day. So they do advance it. It's going to be Kurt.
First order of business, you need to get it inbounds.
Oh, they get
it to a good free throw shooter. That's their best free throw shooter in Kishimoto.
And just 0.8 seconds remain. So I think he will, whatever happens, he will try to miss the second.
He's got to make both. At least you're up by 3 here, Jeff. If they heave a three and it goes in, then at least it's tied. If they heave a three, you lose the ball game.
If he misses the second, they're going to have to score a miracle full length of the court.
That's true as well. With only .8 remaining, so they're not going to add any seconds in.
Let's see if he intentionally misses it. I'm not sure actually how many timeouts. Do they have the timeout to call to advance it?
They're not going to be able to, because under FIBA rules, you cannot call a timeout unless it's a dead ball situation.
Okay, so he doesn't intentionally miss it, and sure enough, that is it. So there's no chance. And RYUKYU Golden Kings, Kishimoto, among the many players that have made huge contributions today. Vic Law as well in the second half. RYUKYU Golden Kings win it 71-69 over Nagasaki Velka. And one of the big talking points from this game is going to be the free throw shooting by Nagasaki. It's 12 to 21. And also that really bad start, although they did overcome that. And credit to RYUKYU Golden Kings, because Nagasaki came back, threw some haymakers, and then came back and took the lead. But every time they took the lead, RYUKYU Golden Kings just struck right back.
Well, among the things you said, Jeff, it's that the first quarter, only 9 points for Nagasaki. You cannot start out a finals game with just 9 points and allow your opponent to score 20. You put yourself in an early hole and you're playing catch-up the rest of the way.
But there is, with one game remaining and the quality of this Nagasaki Velka team, every chance that they can come back and win game 2 and force a game 3. Just don't forget, nobody won any games as they did during the regular season. Nagasaki, this is the first time since May 3rd have lost a game that was produced by Joker Hanner is back on May 3rd. Since then, they have swept Alberg Tokyo in the playoffs, swept Chiba Jets, and now they fall to the RYUKYU Golden Kings in game 1, and again tomorrow, tip-off local time, 1:05 p.m. for game 2. And if RYUKYU Golden Kings win that one, they are the champions. But if they do not, game 3 will be played on Tuesday.
No shame in this loss, obviously, but you don't want to be able to lose. We talked about it earlier, Jeff. You cannot lose game number 1 in a very short best-of-3 series. As we listened first to the ceremonies going on after the game.
勝ちました琉球ゴールデンキングス岸本隆一選手です。岸本さん、まずは1勝、どんなお気持ちでしょうか。
はい、ほっとしてます。
ただそのほっとさせてくれたのは岸本さんの終盤の4本のフリースロー、どんな気持ちで打ったんでしょうか。
まあ本当いつも通りを意識してたんですけど、はい、まあちょっと緊張しましたね。はい。
改めて長崎と相対してみていかがでしたか。
本当に素晴らしいチームだと思いますし、今日勝ったんですけど全然まだ何も成し遂げてないので、こういうゲームの後っていうのは次の試合がどれだけ重要かっていうのは、チームメイトもそうですけどみんなキングスに関わる方みんな分かってると思うので、そこをもう一回気を引き締めて戦いたいと思います。
また岸本さん、琉球ファンからしますと昨シーズンのファイナル、岸本さんは出場することができませんでした。そのあたりの思いも含めて明日に向けてお願いいたします。
はい、 本当にチームが勝利するために全力でプレーすることはもちろんなんですけど、何よりこの舞台でプレーできるのは限られた人だと思うので、そこをなんていうんですかね、感謝の気持ちを持って、充実した試合にできたらいいかなと思います。
明日も期待しております。今日は3本のスリーポイントを含む14得点、岸本隆一選手でした。さあ続いてはゴール下を守り抜きました。
So he's relieved
キング
after
スファ
the
ンの皆
game.
様、
He
も
said
ち
the
ろん
last
この
free
方、
throw
ジャック・クーリー選手で
he
す。
was nervous. We all know the last free throws he was nervous, but
クーリー選手、今試合を終えられて
they
どん
knew
な気持
how
ち
to
でしょう
fight
か。
back in the finals. How to
You know,
fight in the
I
finals.
feel good. I feel happy for our team. We handled business today. This is all well and good, but we have a lot of things we need to work on for tomorrow, and we really need to make sure that we handle business tomorrow and put this thing away. And Nagasaki is a very good team. They're going to make adjustments, so we need to make sure we make adjustments and we bring our A game tomorrow.
はい、今日もすごくいい試合ができたと思ってます。結果に対してはすごくハッピーです。で、明日もですね、自分たちのビジネスをしっかりとできればと思ってます。で、長崎さんの方もアジャストしてくると思うので、しっかりそれにアジャストし返せるようにしていきたいと思います。
クーリー選手、キングスファンの声援力になりましたか。
Our fans were outstanding. I mean, we have the best fans in the world. During those free throws, you guys were the loudest I've ever heard fans be. I'm proud of each and every one of you for the defense you played today. Thank you so much for being here and giving us that fighting spirit. That's what we need tomorrow, and I know you guys are going to bring it.
はい、今日もたくさんの応援ありがとうございました。いつも言ってはいるんですけれども、キングスファンは世界で一番だと思ってます。特に今日もフリースローのところでしっかりと後押ししてくださってありがとうございました。明日もその応援が必要になりますのでよろしくお願いします。
今日は8リバウンド、ジャック・クーリー選手でした。ありがとうございました。
では選手のインタビューを続けます。続いて30分を超える出場、ビッグロー選手です。おめでとうございます。1年ぶりのファイナルでした。勝利、どんなお気持ちですか。
The win feels great. Just one though. We got to do one game at a time, one day at a time. I want to keep it short. Let's get ready for tomorrow.
はい、今日勝ててよかったとは思うんですけど、まだ1勝しかしてないです。また明日の試合がすごく大切になってきますのでよろしくお願いします。
今日の試合を振り返りますと、速報値ではありますが、ビッグロー選手は15得点8リバウンド、8つ目のリバウンドは大きくチームに勝利をもたらしたと思います。ご自身のプレーどう振り返りますか。
I felt like I could have played a lot better, but played good enough to win. I'm just happy we won. I don't care if it's 15, 30 or 0. As long as we win, that's really the biggest thing.
はい、自分自身の出来栄えがどうというよりチームが今日勝てたことにすごく嬉しいと思ってます。それが15点だろうが30点だろうが0点だろうが自分の出来栄えは特に関係ないかなと思ってます。
そうですか。では明日に向けてというお言葉がありました。この明日の試合を楽しみにしているこの両チームのファンに向けて明日への意気込みをお願いします。
Come back out in full force tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big game for both teams. Let's give you guys a show and see who wins.
明日はお互いにとってすごく大きな一戦となります。明日も引き続きよろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。ビッグロー選手でした。
So now Ryukyu, the head coach, seems to be enjoying himself.
続いて第一戦を勝利に導きました桶谷ヘッドコーチです。おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
大接戦を制しました。今どんなお気持ちですか。
そうですね、まず一つ目かなりねやっぱり大切なゲームだったんで、まずこれ取れてよかったなというふうに思います。
今日は振り返るとCS で初めてカーリー選手と、カーク選手とそれからクーリー選手を同時起用で失礼しました、ビッグラインナップ、
そうなりますよね、
すみません失礼しました、ビッグラインナップで入り、そしてそこから流れをつかんで、さらに後半はもう本当に流れが両チーム行ったり来たりする展開となりました。この試合の流れというのはどういうふうに振り返られますか。
そうですね、まずやっぱりね、うちのスタッフさんがね、めちゃくちゃいいスカウティングしてくれて、それを、本当に選手たちがね、表現してくれた、もうそれに尽きると思います。
この B リーグチャンピオンの経験もある桶谷ヘッドコーチからして、この第一戦を取った意味というのは、どういうふうに感じていらっしゃいますか。
いや、本当に2つ取らないと、やっぱり、ね、シーズン勝てないんで、まず1つ目取れたっていうところは、もう本当に大きいと思いますし、本当に長崎さんにプレッシャーかけられたかなというふうに思います。
では最後の質問です。連戦となる明日に向けて、ポイントはどんなところでしょうか。
いや、本当にもうね、今の気持ちも切り替えて、次の試合のね、準備しっかりしたいなというふうに思います。
明日も好ゲームに期待しております。ありがとうございました。インタビューは以上です。
Well, you can imagine what this, well, really what both teams want to do right now. They just want to get back into the locker room. They want to rest up, recover, get something to eat. This is when the coaches, and especially the assistant coaches, earn their money. They have to pour over the game tapes, try to find some things, as Jack Cooley was talking about. They need to improve on their mistakes, make adjustments. Okatani saying game one is so important. It's a good game. Mario Sasa, the assistant coach, he studied Nagasaki, did a great job getting him ready. Did a great job. The players performed very well today. But again, it's just one game. But again, as Coach Okatani said, one very important game because you'd much rather be heading into game two with a win and not the pressure of having to win two straight. What a difference Kishimoto made, as you mentioned, Anthony. You know, you're talking about not just for his talent on the court, but just his presence, the overall feel of this game is different when he's out there. And he showed you his value today.
Oh, he definitely did, especially those big
but it wasn't a good free throw shooter when he counted today. But really, nobody was a good free throw shooter for this Velka team.
Another key for me here, Jeff, is actually they were really able to stifle Lee. If you look at Lee, he would finish with an impressive 16 points, but he is shooting close to 50% from three-point distance. But today, he shot 2 out of 8 for 25%. So you can see just how good a job they did on shutting him down.
Brantley came to life. I mean, overall, they shot 30% from three-point range, 9 of 30. They shot it better in the second half. I think they shot it well enough, ultimately. That wasn't the problem. Obviously, it was a missed free throw. Here's Lee knocking down that one of his two makes. The defense, they give him a chance late in the game. Only about a minute and 12 left, and that turnover, and then the dunk. Gave him some hope. But this was it. They had they just couldn't keep in those key moments. They couldn't keep them off the glass. And Kishimoto intentionally misses this one. Clearly tried to pad the scoring. Barks at the referee for not calling the foul, but at the end of the day, all that matters is the win for Ryukyu Golden Kings. And again, the shooting numbers, well, both teams 9 threes made, although a much higher percentage for Ryukyu Golden Kings, much better free throw shooting for the Golden Kings, 17 more rebounds. Look at that, 21 offensive rebounds. They had 16 second chance points. Look at the points from the bench as well. Bench points 23 for Golden Kings, 11 for Velka. Any final thoughts from you, Anthony?
Well, really, more than anything else, again, we talked about it, the rebounding is really huge. And you can see the discrepancy. To have the same number of offensive rebounds as the defensive rebounds of your opponent, that in itself just shows you the kind of desire that the Golden Kings had in coming out to win game number 1.
Well, 71-69, the final score. Ryukyu Golden Kings winning it over Nagasaki Velka. But the one thing that is true, where there is hope, there is life, and there's definitely hope for Nagasaki Velka with Game 2 coming up. Jarrell Brantley finished, believe it or not, with a game-high 22 points after a tough start. And just a great balanced game overall from a scoring standpoint for Ryukyu Golden Kings, led by the 15 from Vic Law. But they made the plays, they made the free throws when it counted, and they have taken Game 1. One win away from another title, their first title after finishing runners-up in the previous 2 seasons. So once again, folks, thanks for watching. 71-69, Ryukyu Golden Kings winning it over Nagasaki Velka here in Yokohama. Game 1 of the B-League Finals. And again, looking at the playoff graphic, you can see how both of these teams advanced. Nagasaki Velka getting past Alvar Tokyo and Chiba Jets. But now running into a great Ryukyu Golden Kings team that beat Seahorses Makawa, and then also Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. So Ryukyu Golden Kings just one win away from another title. For Anthony Sondheim, Jeff Taylor, thanks for watching, everybody.